This morning we have Joey Clemens. Good morning, Joey.
Good morning.
Let's first off, you're kind of brand new to the college scene.
I am.
You've been there since November,
right?
And it's been a great experience for you.
Yes, it's so great to be involved in the community, and I'm loving it so far.
Well, great, and we're happy to have you at the college. You were here for a few years before that at the hospital, right?
Yes, I worked at the hospital for about 2 years before taking this position.
Okay, so welcome to the college.
Thank you so much.
And welcome to the station.
Thank you.
And you have something cool coming up. I believe it's next Wednesday.
Right.
The 25th. It's a free winter survival class. And this is for botano?
Yeah. Dakota College is offering the prevention and treatment of common winter injuries to botano and the surrounding areas. It's over the noon hour, noon to 1 in the McMaster building. Aiden Clark from Botano Ambulance will be coming in, and we're offering a brown bag lunch for those who will come over their lunch hour for $6.
Okay, and the class itself is free?
It is, yes.
Okay, so
free.
we stop up, we can grab some lunch for $6, and we'll learn some very cool things. What kind of things will we learn from this free winter survival class?
Aiden will talk about prevention of such injuries such as frostbite, hypothermia, things that are very pertinent to the weather that we've been experiencing this winter, although it seems to be like spring right now.
It does feel like spring, but over the last few weeks we've had temperatures dipping down to 22, 23 below, even colder up in the hills. I always assumed, and that's horribly wrong of me to do that, but I always thought like frostbite and hypothermia are the same thing, but there's a difference there, right?
Yes. Frostbite, with the weather we've been having, it can happen within minutes. It is injury to body tissue that's exposed to extreme cold. Typically, it affects things that are exposed, like our nose, fingers, our toes. It can result in gangrene, and you can actually lose a limb or your appendages. Once it feels like -28, it literally takes minutes.
Okay. And when the body parts experience gangrene, is there any way to come back from that?
No.
Is it not very typically?
No, not typical to come back from that. Usually results in amputation.
Okay. So we always want to keep those vital body parts covered very well, especially when you get to that cold of a temperature. And hypothermia is what then?
Hypothermia is another life-threatening situation. It happens when there are low or freezing temperatures. It happens when your body temperature is too low. It affects your brain. It can include confusion, exhaustion, memory loss, drowsiness, and once you kind of reach that delirium state, you feel warm, you want to go to sleep, and it actually can result in death.
Sure, if you fall asleep of something like that, you have the false sense of security that your body is warm, and then you fall asleep. You have a very extreme risk of not waking up at that point.
Right, and with the delirium that sets in rather quickly, you don't know what's happening, so you can't really do anything about it because, like we talked about, you feel warm, cozy, you lay down and go to sleep, and you can ultimately die from that.
Yeah, and working at the hospital, I'm sure you saw some cases of hypothermia and frostbite at the hospital, right?
Right. There have been a few cases of people who have come in suffering from hypothermia. Thankfully, they were found, and we were able to treat, and they were released. But, that's not always the case, especially with our area being so rural.
Right.
It doesn't take long, especially with last week. It was felt like -60. Like I said, literally minutes. 2 minutes, you're feeling frostbite set in.
What does a typical frostbite feel like? I mean, I've never had it. I still have all my digits, I guess. I can still count to 20, so I'm good there. When something that sets in, obviously, there should be some warning signs. What does it feel like?
One of the first signs is stinging or burning in your fingers or your nose. If your skin has been exposed for too long, the length of time kind of depends on how cold it is or with the wind chill. But then it usually your skin will turn red, become swollen, maybe a little tingly, and then from there, your skin and tissue actually begins to freeze. And
Okay.
if it gets to that point, once your tissue begins to freeze, that's when you're looking at, loss of your fingers.
The gangrene setting in.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Something else is paradoxical undressing. Is that the same thing as what we talked about with the confusion leading to the warm sensation? Is that the same thing?
Right. So the paradoxical undressing happens when originally your body sends your blood to your vital organs, and your body uses a lot of energy when it's doing that. So once it uses that energy, it can't do that very long. So then it kind of lets your blood go back to, your arms, your legs, things like that. Well, with the flowing of the blood that has been kind of pooling to all your vital organs, you start feeling very warm and almost hot. So then you start undressing. Well, it's freezing outside, but you're feeling warm, you're undressing, and that just kind of speeds up the process and can be very dangerous.
On the other side is something they call vasodilation. What is that?
Vasodilation.
I was way off. I said it all wrong.
Oh, that's okay. It's when the smooth muscles that make up the blood vessels relax. So vasoconstriction is the process in which we just talked about, when your body kind of shunts everything to the vital organs to make sure that they're still receiving that oxygenated blood. Well, then that uses up a lot of your energy. It can only last for so long. So then instead of constricting, your body dilates, vasodilation. So then all that blood that was shunted to your vital organs is essentially circulating throughout your whole body again. It's not just about, that critical time of saving your organs. So then the vasodilation keeps you warm, you start undressing.
Okay. So it's the same thing.
Right.
Okay. I thought it was... I was way off again. All right.
That's okay.
We've covered a lot of stuff here already. This is going to be more in-depth next
Yes.
Wednesday. And when is this again?
Wednesday the 25th in the McMaster building at Dakota College, or McMaster room, at Dakota College from noon to 1.
And it's a free class, and if you want to come in and eat, they'll have brown bag lunches there for $6.
Yes.
All right. Any more information, we can get a hold of you how?
You can reach me at Dakota College at 701-228-5460. That'll bring you straight to my office. Or you can email me at joey.clemens, CLEMENS, at dakotacollege.edu.
All right. Very good. If you have any more classes like this, we'd love to know about it. Come out and visit us again, okay?
Excellent. Thank
All right.
you so
Thank
much.
you, Joey. Give me that 5. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. 8:35, Sunny 101.